Hi, Rick Beerhorst here. So I'm just Sunday night. I got back from another 3 weeks in Landshut in Bavaria, this medieval city where I've been going and painting, and I brought back some 6 paintings that I did plein air, which means I painted them right on the spot on the street. And then generally what I would do is later on, maybe the next day or a couple days later when the paint was dry, I would pull a picture up on my laptop and make it, you know, a few tweaks here and there to, I don't know, make it look better, I guess. But one of the things was, it was cold. I had never painted outside of, well, that's not true. I have painted once or twice in the winter, but this was really a commitment. I was going regularly. I had everything packed into a cloth, kind of soft suitcase, which I would, you know, pull behind me on casters through the streets of Wilsheim, the little village where I was staying, catch the bus, go into Landshut, and paint. I'd set up, find a place. I'd paint for maybe, you know, 2 hours or so until I was just too cold, and then I would leave everything as it was, and with a business card tucked into my painting, then go have lunch, get warm again, then come back, finish up, and then clean up, pack everything, and then go to my favorite coffee shop, and then I would do some writing in my journal, and then meet up with Claudia later, and then go back to Wilsheim. And I did this several times. And what was really exciting about this trip this time was that I had put a page on the website going back to Germany. For $25 they send you a letter from Germany. For $50 a woodcut print, and there was a drawing, a watercolor, and then at $200 a painting. And I was able to sell 6 paintings to 1, 2, 3, 4 people. And so while I was there, I had this very keen sense that I had an assignment to do, that I was making these paintings to bring back to friends, collectors back home. So in a sense, this, you know, exporting, in a sense, this culture, this beautiful place I found. And you know, I really think that there's something, and this is the way, this is my world, okay? Maybe I just made this up to entertain myself, but I believe that something profound happens when an artist is making work anywhere, but when it's in a public place, like on a city street, it's a statement of some sort. And people, I find, are just drawn to that. I mean, there are people that just pass by. I mean, don't get me wrong, people are just like, wouldn't even glance at me. And but there were a number of people that would stop, and they were curious, and they would maybe ask me a little bit about what I was doing or where I was from. And so in fact, one day I was painting, and I think it was maybe the last day I was there in Landshut, and I was painting with the castle in the background, and it was really cold, and there was a lot of snow. Wasn't snowing there while I was painting, but I mean, there was, you know, snow on the streets and the walk. And a woman came over and asked if I would like a cup of tea, and I'd never met her before, and I said I would love a cup of tea. So 15 minutes later, she comes out with just a cup and a cardboard, but a porcelain cup in a bag with one of those, you know, insulated containers with the pump, and the tea comes out. And you know, she was a store owner and saw me painting, and later when I was all done and I brought it back to her, I got a chance to talk with her, and she owned a store where she sells olive oil and wine and different things. And you know, it was just really hospitable of her, and you know, remarkable, really. And so I guess, you know, what am I saying? I'm saying that there's something romantic about an artist painting the city. There just is, and it brings romance to the city, it brings romance into my life, and I tell you, I mean, who doesn't want a little bit of more romance, right? In fact, speaking of romance, I met Ellen Summer, who is a romance writer who lives in Landshut, and she asked if she could take a picture of when I was painting, and then you know, I said yes, of course. And then later, as we were, you know, so what do you do, and do you have any kids? And as it turns out, she writes romance novels for young readers. So there you have it, Romance in a City. Oh, painting. Is that in focus? Painting. This Isar River, love this river. It flows to München, as they say, Munich, as we say. Would you like a painting like this? Would you? Maybe? $200, that was a pretty great deal, I would say.